All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, that's a little loud. Let me do that again. All right, turn that down a little bit. There we go. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bo Fogel here, cutting into our YouTube channel and our live channel to give you your afternoon streaming update. Just a few things to talk about. Not much has changed in the past few hours since the last stream, but mainly just the biggest change will be just the chance for the Northern Lights this evening. We still have a good chance of seeing them, although it's not as good of a chance as it was last night. Really regret not going out and chasing these Northern Lights. I was in downtown, and I was like, do I want to go risk and see them and possibly be disappointed? But oh man, I wish I went out and chased them because man, they were very impressive. This is one of the many pictures from last night's Northern Lights. This is from Ritchie in Elkhorn, Nebraska. You can see just beautiful red and green lights out there. Many other photos taken of these Northern Lights. Man, I really wish I went out and chased them. I've never seen them before, so I definitely wish I did. But we do have another chance of seeing them tonight, which is great news. But the chances are not as good as they were last night. So to kind of give you a reference, so tonight between 6 to 9 p.m., there is a G3 level, which is a strong level, but last night it was G4. So it is a slightly lower chance tonight compared to it was last night. But there is still a possibility. We could definitely see some chances of Northern Lights. On the downfall, though, the problem is that there might be some cloud cover in the area. So you can see that we still are just around the chance for viewing in our area, especially just north of the metro. But as expected, the further north you are, the better chance you have of seeing the Northern Lights. But of course, the further south you are, the less likely chance. The problem is that we're going to be experiencing is that there will likely be some high level clouds that might interfere with us seeing those lights. So earlier, Chief Meteorologist or Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord recommended that if you were going to want to see the Northern Lights between about 11 to 3 a.m. seems to be the good time frame, and that still seems to be the case. 6 to 9 o'clock, there might be some clouds in the area. If I go back a little bit and see if we can, you can see right there that there is a good chance there are going to be some high level clouds that are going to interfere with the viewing of the Northern Lights. So that's not good in terms of seeing them, but there could be pockets of clearing where some areas could see the Northern Lights briefly. So, of course, if you do get a picture of the Northern Lights, feel free to send to us through our website, firstalert6.com/photos. You could definitely submit those photos to us. Just a couple of tips, though, just a reminder, if you are wanting to see them tonight, first and foremost, make sure you are away from city lights or light pollution because the lights will definitely diminish your chance of seeing the Northern Lights. And then take long exposure pictures and also be patient. You know, it's not gonna be showing the whole time. Again, this is the best viewing time is 6 to 9 o'clock. It doesn't mean that from 6 to 9 o'clock you're going to see the Northern Lights for 3 hours. No, you just got to be very patient. There's going to be times when you're not going to see hardly anything, and then there's going to be times when you'll see a lot of it. And space weather is very hard to predict. So there's a chance that maybe the lights will be just as impressive tonight as they were last night, but there's also a chance that it won't be as strong. But it looks like the latest things that we've been looking at, it looks like the chances are going to be a little bit lower tonight. So again, hopefully you see them. I'm going to go try out and see them tonight, but I don't know, man. We'll definitely see. So biggest thing though is make sure you stay away from the city lights, and also you're not going to see it with the naked eye. If you're lucky, you might, but it's better just to try to see it through your pictures, through your phone, or through a camera at least. Looking at conditions right now, turning to more of what's happening right now and the weather, not space weather. Right now, we are seeing very comfortable conditions. 59 degrees here in Omaha, still expecting to reach the 60s throughout the afternoon. A very comfortable fall-like day outside. So another beautiful day, mostly sunny, maybe a cloud here and there, but the cloud cover really will increase later on tonight, especially late afternoon into the evening hours. That's when we'll see more partly cloudy skies. So very high level cloud cover that will affect the viewing of the Northern Lights. And then looking at the rest of the week, we are going to see temperatures continue on warming up. Thursday pretty much being a repeat of what we're seeing right now, just slightly warmer in the upper 60s. And then Friday, we will see 70s for the area as I expected earlier in the week. I said last Sunday that we will likely see highs reaching up into the 70s. And as expected, we are expected to reach that. On top of that, though, there is a chance we could see some morning fog. So be aware of that. There is a likelihood that we will see some morning fog Friday morning. So definitely plan ahead for that. Looking at your forecast for tomorrow, nothing has changed a whole lot. Partly cloudy, temperatures in the upper 60s. Very comfortable day, very comfortable Thursday. Nothing to be too concerned about. Temperatures will be in the upper 30s to start the day. So if you want to rake the leaves, I know walking to work, I definitely saw a lot of the leaves have fallen off the trees. Well, at least most of them. So the next several days and even this weekend will be perfect to rake up the leaves. And also, you can also hang up your Christmas lights. This will also be a good couple of days to do so as well. We're not going to be seeing a whole lot of activity. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and pretty much the entire weekend, you'll have plenty of opportunities to get up your Christmas lights. I've already seen a little bit, but I'm excited to see what Omaha brings for Christmas lights. So I've already seen a few on some houses and some businesses, but this next couple of days will be perfect opportunities to get up those lights. So looking at your weekend, just very comfortable. The only thing is Saturday might be a little breezy because we are going to see a cold front come in, and that is going to increase our winds. But the rain chances are looking very, very little just because we're not going to have a whole lot of moisture here to work with. So I'm not too concerned about rain this weekend. The only thing that it might be a little bit of a nuisance will be those breezy winds on Saturday, but otherwise it'll be a very comfortable weekend. Sunday will be a little bit cooler in the mid 50s, but that's actually about average this time of year. Lower to mid 50s is our average high. Then potential records. Friday, we have a high of 74 degrees forecasted, but our record is 76. Now, I don't think we're going to break it, but, if the temperatures warm up faster than expected, it's a very small chance, but there's a small chance we might tie the record, but I don't think we're going to break it. And then Saturday, no, we're not going to break the record. The record high is 75 degrees, and our forecasted high is 68. I don't think we're going to beat it. Our best chance of maybe tying the record will be Friday, but again, even then, that's a low chance. Well, and then looking ahead to this weekend, like I said, we have a cold front that's going to be coming in. It's from this system up in Canada, but problem is we don't have a whole lot of moisture here, so all the precipitation will stay north and east of us. So not too concerned about that system. Our next chance of maybe seeing some precipitation will be Monday of next week, and as of right now, it's only a scattered chance of showers over the area. And then it looks like it moves out here pretty quickly by Tuesday. So doesn't look like we're going to see a whole lot of rain chances on Monday. And then we'll see another chance of rain by mid to late week next week as another system comes through. So it looks like next week we'll start seeing a little bit more activity, but as of right now, the chances of rain are pretty low. At least, though, we don't have any snow in the forecast, which is great news. As of the percentage of normal precipitation over the last 30 days, you probably can guess it's been very quiet for late October into November. And this is showing how dry we are. Look, this is showing that we're about 25% lower average precipitation. So if we were at 100%, that means we're up to speed in precipitation amounts this time of year. But you see, we're at 25%, meaning that we are very behind in precipitation. And like I said, we don't have a whole lot of precipitation coming our way. So you can see from Wednesday through Sunday, mostly sunny to partly cloudy, very comfortable temperatures. The only nuisance is going to be those gusty winds on Saturday. They could gust up to 30 miles per hour. And then after that, we will see a little bit more activity. We do have a small chance of some light showers on Monday, and then maybe another chance next week, midweek. But even now, like, the chances are kind of low. So I would definitely take advantage of this beautiful weather stretch that we have been seeing. It looks like, though, next week we will start trending cooler back down to the 40s for highs. So, yep, 60s and 70s, and then we transition back to the 50s and 40s. So nothing really out of the ordinary. Like I said, no, not expecting any snow anytime soon. It looks like things are going to be way too warm for snow to develop. So that's great news. So really, that's all the updates I have. Again, if you happen to get pictures of the Northern Lights, feel free to send them through our First Floor 6 website. So That's all the updates I have. Meteorologist Jade Steffens will be doing the 3 o'clock, and then Chief Meteorologist Emily Roller will be here later on tonight to give you the latest updates. So hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday, enjoying the beautiful weather outside, and we'll talk again soon.